Hey there, Isaac from Prestige Fit. I've been in the health and fitness profession for about 12 years, and throughout that time, we've been working with mainly corporate clients, and for the most part, you're working at desks. And I know right now we're hugely isolated, so I wanted to share a couple of things that we're doing really well with people at the moment. We've got this really cool virtual gym with RACQ, which is really cool, and it means that their staff are looked after in terms of health and well-being, near and far. It's all virtual, so they've got access to expert help, breath work, so daily stress relieving breath work, yoga, daily workouts which are short and sharp, and really effective, daily stretches and everything like that. And I just wanted to share a couple of little insights into what I think is really helpful for all of you working from home, okay? Because obviously this has thrown us out of routine over the last sort of 5-6 weeks, and it's really thrown a spanner in the works. So I want to really help you, okay, and maybe give you some easy hints and tips that will help you feel really alive, and energetic, and help you think clearly and stay productive. And this doesn't even just apply at home, but in the office as well. And there's a very good reason why I am outside at the moment. You know, we're isolated at home. It's very, very important that you do get outside and get your skin into the sun, right? That blue light from the sun is very, very helpful for our health. Obviously not to the point of us getting burnt, but making sure that you are getting some sunlight onto your skin, okay, each and every day, multiple times in a day is really, really good too. And there's also a very good reason why I've got bare feet on my grass, right? It's a really, really, really good thing to get outside, take your shoes off, and get your bare skin onto grass or ground. So if you're in an apartment, you probably have to go outside and go somewhere where there is some ground and grass, but it's really, really important to get out the breeze on your face and get all this outdoor stimulus, okay, because that is really, really helpful for stress relief, but also helpful for our mental health. I think the human brain in itself, excuse me, I'll put on my sunnies, the human brain really, you can only focus and stay really productive for about 40 minutes. And so every 40 minutes or so, or an hour, you know, depends where you set your time to. If you can, you want to get up and move. And if you can get outside and put your feet on the grass, that's a bonus, right? And I really like to do this. Even though I work in health and wellness, I'm at the desk and on my computer quite often as well. So it really helps even for me to get outside and the sun on my skin and everything. And you got to think about this, right? Is that for all of our corporates out there, you know, being hunched over the desk like this with a rounded spine and all these really heavy contractions going on through these anterior muscles, they get really, really tight, and this happens over time. And you know that scientifically it's impossible to feel really good about yourself and make great decisions while you're hunched over like this. We do have to come out and stretch and really open ourselves up, and posture is directly related to how we think and feel about ourselves. So being really optimistic and making great decisions, thinking clearly and being effective, and you know, especially if you're a leader or something like that, you need to really hone in your skills and keep your effectiveness and your productivity right up, right? And you want your staff to be really effective, so and you as a person hopefully want to be really productive and effective for the company that you work for, or maybe you're in your own business, you want to be super productive there as well, so you can make the most of these times and times to come, right? So physical health has a huge part to do with that. Getting outside, sun on your skin, like I talked about, and movement. I'm just going to keep it really simple because I think people overcomplicate these things. And you know that humans, we're some of the only mammals that don't get out and stretch regularly. We don't wake up and roll out of bed and naturally stretch. We should, and we probably did back in the day, but nowadays we're probably more likely to hobble over to our coffee machine and make a coffee, right? That's probably more regular, or just nothing and get in the car straight to work because you just slept in just enough time to get to work. So I want you to get out and actually stretch. Really, it would be good if we woke out of bed and went, oh, you know, dogs, cats, horses, cows, everything stretches, right? They all stretch regularly. So what I want you to do is, if you want to follow me, you can use this to your advantage. Just do these stretches. What I'm doing is I'm crossing my hands over like this, my thumbs back this way, and then opening wide open like this. These are regular things that we do with all our corporates, called daily stretches. And it means they get out of their office chair for about you know, 2 to 5 minutes, and it's enough to really energize yourself, get you refocus you, make sure that you're being really productive. So then we go into big arm circles, right? And not just little arm circles, just doing enough. You're trying to reach and get the full mobility, that full movement of that ball and socket joint, right? Biggest air guitars you possibly can, right? Yeah, opposite side. These are really basic. I like to keep it really simple because it doesn't need to be overly complicated, okay? In the gym with your trainer and your coach, that can become a bit more complicated and let them do that, but it can still be very simple, just super effective and focused, right? So just getting out, back to this. Arm circles and these just to warm the shoulders up a little bit before we go into a bit more static stretching. Cool, and then I'm just gonna turn this slightly. You might see my dogs running around shortly. We're gonna do a bit of a static doorway stretch where you want to find the edge of your house or edge of the building. Hopefully you do get outside and you listen to that because it's really, really helpful. You want to put your elbow just above your shoulder there and just lean into this slightly. This will be stretching through your pec major, through your pec minor, really getting those internal rotators, all those internal rotation muscles stretching, ones that you would normally be hunched over the desk like this. All right. To get the pec minor, we want to sort of lower down a little bit and rotate forward slightly, just so you can feel that, sort of accelerate the stretch just a little bit. It's a good one. And for stretching, really, holding for about 2 minutes and above is excellent because that really, really stimulates a lot of mobility work. But you know, if you're time poor still and you've got to get back to your desk or you just want to have 30 seconds out, this is perfect, you know, just as much as you possibly can do. It's enough to have a refresher, break the mold from your focus and really start to refocus you and get you more productive again. Let's go other side. We're not going to do the full 2 minutes, but if you can, that'd be awesome. You're really pushing into that, sinking down slightly and rotating forward slightly. Really gets a big long stretch in there. You could do this daily, you know, 5 times a day would be so good for you. To really open up the chest, help you feel really good, really energized, and really, really mobile. It makes you feel a lot better. Good. Shake that out. All right, this is just super easy, super basic stuff, eh? If you don't do this on the regular, you should try to. Next up, so we've opened up these 2 ball and socket joints and really opened up those anterior muscles, again, a really basic way. Now we want to work on these ones because obviously been sitting at a desk like this for a long period of time, so we want to stretch these out. It's super easy to do this. Just coming down into a kneeling pose, into a lunge, and we're literally going to lunge forward like this, switching on your glutes, pushing your hips forward so you can get these hip flexors digging in. And then we want to expand it to our psoas. Psoas is like a hip flexor, the trunk flexor muscle, psoas major, minor, and then really try and reach back to try and get those muscles. This is a really, really good stretch if you've been sitting at a desk for a long period of time. If you've never done these before, you'll feel these, but super, super important. You just want to hold this again for, if you could hold this for 2 minutes and sort of, I like to give it a little bit of pulse as well, which is really good. If you can hold it for 2 minutes, that'd be awesome, but for the sake of this video, we won't do it. I'm just giving you an example. So again, switching over. Hopefully you're doing this with me, or you're gonna do it at some stage. So again, lunging into that, turn the glutes on, and just lean back into that. Really good. Super, super good stretch. Feel that right up the psoas. Often people get back pain and from sitting at a desk for too long, or they complain about like kind of kidney type pain around the kidney area, and that can be directly related to your psoas. So it's really important to keep them mobilized and keep yourself moving as well. So I just get out and shake around a little bit. You can see my dogs are just playing here. Chickens as well. It's the beautiful thing about this time is you can spend the time with your animals, have them around you, spend time with the people you love, you know, your partner, your kids, your whole family at home. I think that's a really magic part of it this time. But make sure you're taking care of you, because these little basic things, these stretches and mobilizations that I've just shown you today are a really, really simple and basic way to keep your joints healthy, keep your posture healthy, which in turn will help you feel great, feel focused and be more productive for your employer, or if maybe it's just for yourself and your own business. and also just being happier, right? You'll stand up taller, sit up taller, you'll just be a happier person if you are nice and limber and looking after yourself and taking time out for you. So I hope this helps. I hope you enjoy that, and let me know if I can help any further. We've got tons of online training and tons of online stuff going on for you corporate folk. So please sing out if you need us. All the best.